Alright, so I'm back on the pink Mustang 67. It is a dusk rose color in case anyone was wondering that hasn't seen the videos before. Today's video I'm going to be doing the headliner in it. And I'm going to try and best describe the way that I do it, so if someone wanted to try it, they could try it. There's no harm in trying it. If you mess it up, you can pull back out. Headliners are somewhat cheap. I think they were 30 or 40 bucks for the actual headliner itself. So if you do mess up, you can peel it right back off. Try it again if you peel it off quick enough, because the glue does set real strong. The glue that I'm using, which I'll go over everything that I'm using, but this is the headliner glue I'm using, Weld On 1829 part number. And so I have the headliner laid out on top of the car. I've had it out for a couple days just so it can unfold from being in that box, so it stretches all the wrinkles that are in it right now out the best. Now, some of the things you're gonna need: your headliner bows, obviously, and they are specific to the location. In this case, this 67 Fastback, there's 3 of them. The shortest one, you know, the length of them, is the front one. Then the second shortest is the middle, longest one being the back. And you also have your retention rods, which I bought some new ones that end up going in place in the back here. There's 2 holes on the inside, and that'll clip into your back bow once you get that headliner up in place. That keeps it so whenever you start pulling the headliner forward, that'll keep it from just folding over and collapsing on you. So you need those scissors to trim the headliner. And I use, whenever I'm stretching it, this is old windlace. Well, it's new windlace. It was just extras, because you always have extra every time you do windlace on a car. I cut it into little sections, maybe about 2 inches. Sometimes you want smaller ones. I have a bunch of different sizes in here. And then whenever I pull the headliner, this is what I'm pushing up in place to hold that headliner in place as I move on down the line of the headliner. So, and once you do the headliner, you're going to want at least let it sit for a couple days before you peel these things back off to then put on your actual windlace or to put in your front and rear window. I would wait even longer, because I mean, it doesn't hurt to wait longer. So it's going to be a little tricky to explain. You're just going to have to watch in the video here to try and get an idea of it, but I'll explain it the best I can. There's a headliner insulation that gets glued to the roof, which is something that I'll do first. I'm going to put the headliner bows in, and I'm going to trim up these ends, which I'll show you once I trim them, what I did to them and why I did it. And then also I'm going to scuff all the paint on the surface where the headliner is going to glue onto, down the sides of the roof, and then that front and back lip of the windshield. I'm going to scuff that surface, clean it with the clean prep before anything gets glued to it. So those are the things I'm going to get to first. So let's just go ahead and set up the camera and get started on doing all those pieces to where we get it, and I'll be back to describe some of those things before it goes in the car. Now I'm going to best describe what you just saw in that footage. So to trim up the headliner before you put it in, this is just how I was taught to do it. The very first headliner that was shown to me where I used to work, this is what they showed me, and I've done this to every headliner I've installed, and I don't know how many Mustang headliners I've installed, dozens of them, and I've never had an issue. On these Distinctive Industries ones, you can see that little slot there. that is my center reference point. I don't know if that's 100% true, but you can measure it out. That's why you see me break out the tape measure. I'm starting on that slit and measuring out to the end of the headliner rod on both sides, and then making sure that I have the headliner rod centered on the headliner itself. So my measurement, just say for this one, from center out to the end to make it even on both sides was 24 inches. So I measured 24 inches to the end of the rod on both sides, and that's my center point for where I want that rod to be. And then what I'm doing is I'm trimming this extra headliner that it goes into back to what I was always told, where you can feel that headliner bow start to curve down, which is about right there. That's where it starts to then curve off. I'm going halfway between that point and the end of the rod, and that's where I'm cutting up to. That creates the nice curve on the inside of the headliner once you have it all done. So you can see the ends of it just out of the box. The rod is inside there. I'm going to measure these next ones out and trim them just the same way. I wish I had a better definition to give you of why that is, why it's trimmed that way. That's just how I was taught, and it has always worked for me. It's just a little difficult to explain to it, but hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of what I'm doing. So I'm going to measure out the next two bows, trim them all the way around, and then I'll go ahead and just place the bows up in place in the pockets, which, if you're not sure where they go, there is, let's climb in here. It's dark in here. Yeah, unfortunately it's going to be a little dark, but there's two sets of holes on all the cars for each of these bows to go into. You can see these ones here. Whichever one that you're using, you want to use the same on each one. There's one that's a little bit more forward, and then there's one that's toward the rear. So if I'm going to use the front one, I'm going to use the front one on each of those sets. So I'm going to stick that headliner up in place, and then that retaining rod is then clipping into your back bow. So you're going to pierce through that headliner material, not through the inside of it. You just want to go through that loop on the headliner, hook that into it, and that's going to keep that from pulling forward once you start tightening the headliner. So now I'm at the point where I'm going to start pulling, stretching, gluing the headliner in place. I have the rods in, headliner is centered where it needs to be. Those retaining rods are in the back holding that back bow. And one key thing that you should do before you put your headliner in, and I'm going to try and show it here if it's light enough. You can see, like for instance, this is the sun visor mounting location. I put the screws in place, and I leave them stick out just enough that you'll feel it in the headliner once it covers it up. That for the rear view mirror, the other sun visor, coat hooks, and the rear mounting locations on this for Fastback, where that trim piece goes above. The reason why I do that, whenever you go ahead and pull this headliner up in place, glue it, everything's all done with the headliner, then you're left with that point of finding those holes. If you don't put those screws in there, you're going to be guessing where the holes are. You may be able to feel them just by pushing tight on the headliner, but you don't want anything to happen to the headliner. You don't want to hit the wrong spot, because there is holes that are along the span of this roof that aren't for really anything. So you don't want to confuse anything. Now, whenever you get to that point where you have this up in place, the head of that screw will just be touching that headliner, or you can push in on the headliner, feel where that screw is, and then you'll be able to take your screwdriver up to that, poke through the headliner and turn that screw out, and then it'll create the hole right where it needs to be. But I'll show that when it's all said and done. I'll do one of those screws. I don't want to do them all because I want the headliner to stretch and stay glued in place for a little while once I do glue it in place here. So my procedure on doing it, like I said, this is my way to do it. This is not the correct way, or the standard way. I don't know what everyone has their own way of doing something, but this is the way that I've done it, and it's always worked out great for me. So I'm gonna pull and stretch the front end first. Start with the very center front, pull it out, glue it, and it's hard to guess the amount of tension you need on it to pull it, but you could just do a test run without gluing it at first, do the whole headliner in place, and then pull it back off and then glue it, just to know that you're doing it the right way. But I'm gonna go ahead, start with that center, pull it out, glue it, and then I'll work my way on each side, and then I'll move to the back, do the same thing, start in the center and work my ways out, and then I'll come to one side, pull and stretch that, go to the other side, pull and stretch, glue that side, and then I'll work on the corners, the four corners, the pillars, and then the back pillars where they're meeting. And then that'll be it for the headliner. So I'm gonna get started and start gluing. And this is the end result. All the corners are done. There, it's lit up pretty good. You can see I don't have any wrinkles in the span at all. Headliners they're not easy. I may have made it look easy, but they're not easy. I've done dozens of them. Fastbacks are the easiest just because the coupes have the corners that are, farther down, so there's a whole strip that you have to glue and trying to get those wrinkles out. They're even tougher yet. But the Fastback, if you're just starting out, is an easier try. Like I said, if you mess up, it's 40 bucks. But yeah, I enjoy headliners. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's just easy. You sit back, glue it, pull it a little bit. But that's what I like to see in the end. So this one is done for the headliner. And just to give you maybe a little context on what I was doing, where I had the GoPro set up in here. These corners, what I'm doing is taking the scissors, cutting different slots at different places, wherever it makes it pull the best without having any wrinkles, to make these curves. The same thing in the back. When you do this back piece, you have to cut it to make that curve a little bit. So that's going to be it for installing the headliner on the 67. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. This is more of a different type of video. I wouldn't call it a demonstration video. I was just trying to portray what it is that you have to do a headliner, just to give you a little bit of a look at what it takes to do one. They're not easy for your first time, but you will get the hang of it. Just try it. The worst you can have to do is pull it back out. But that's going to be it for this video. You can see up there in that corner in the center, you can see where the mirror screws are. That's what you want. So now I know exactly where those holes are at. Thanks for watching the video. Give it a thumbs up. Next videos, fuel tank, set that all up to the gas cap, everything. Door, trunk, weather strip, and put those doors and trunk back on the car and have them close the correct way. So stay tuned for those videos, and we'll see you in the next one.